Alrighty, Juan, welcome to another video. And it's Monday. That means it's chest. No, I forgot. It's leg day. Let's go. Okay, so I just did the treadmill for 5 minutes and 30 seconds this time instead of just 5 minutes because I'm slowly increasing the intensity on that. But I've been feeling a bit of pain on this part of the knee, this centerpiece right here, and actually that's kind of like inner piece of the knee right here, and just like random aches and pains, kind of like that. And I've also been feeling a bit of an ache in my left shoulder recently, but I guess that's all just in the mind because if my right shoulder is injured, I kind of am scared that my left isn't injured as well. So it's kind of that, but whatever. Point is just updating, bro. And also one more thing is that my lower back feels quite achy today. And I guess it's because I've been sitting a lot recently, which is obviously not good for you. So I am going to do one thing. I am going to add banded good mornings, 100 repetitions fast, connective tissue work style to this routine, this leg routine, along with obviously the trap raises, because number one, I want to condition my lower back, right? I've noticed that I basically don't do anything for the lower back, which is obviously a problem. The lower back is extremely important to train, which is why obviously, I have to train it. And also when it comes to the traps, I talked about it last video, so I guess you can go check that out. But in summary, they help you maintain thoracic extension, so you're not constantly rounded gorilla. But that's basically it. So those are two updates that I just want to share. And that being said, I'm gonna get back to the leg day. Okay, so I just jammed my shoulder again today. Just right now, actually, it is jammed currently. I can't really move it as much, but I think I found out what initiates the jam when I hang. So right now I was basically hanging, and I was completely fine for 2 sets. I was doing about 2 sets of 15 to 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden, I hung for the third set. I don't know what got in me. I just decided to try a scapula pull, right? And that was what jammed the shoulder. So I think external rotation hanging from a bar under load is what actually causes the jam, is what actually causes it. And I have a theory for this. This might be that my shoulder does not have enough room right now in order to move into external rotation within a hanging position. So if that is the case, then that basically means I need to do more external rotations in order to improve my external rotation. That's it. That's the only explanation I can find. So we'll see what happens. I have the MRI appointment tomorrow, inshallah, so we'll see what is up with the shoulder. But so far, that's what happened. I'm still pretty jammed. I feel pain again here, as well as for something in the back of the shoulder. Exactly where I feel pain when I do this and I try to pull it up. So we'll see what happens. No idea what will happen. Again, it is what it is. It's going to be fine in a few minutes. So yeah, ouch, it kind of hurts, but I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. So I'm trying cinematic mode. It looks decent. I mean, yeah, it's all right, but let's just roll with this for now. So I haven't recorded in a few days, and yeah, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. So basically what ended up happening was I went to the doctor to get my MRI test reports and then also get figured out what actually happened to my shoulder. And what ended up happening was I have a partial supraspinatus tear, and I also have subscapularis tendinosis, which basically means in simple terms that I basically tore my rotator cuff. I partially tore my rotator cuff, which does make sense now, actually, considering everything I've been feeling on my right shoulder. It basically makes sense that I tore my rotator cuff. So that's that. I mean, I'm not that worried though, because it's just a partial thickness tear. That even the doctor said that stuff like this would never ever happen in your age. Like, I'm 18 years old, so it would never happen in your age except as a result of trauma. That's the only way it could ever happen. So rotator cuff tear, and I am honestly a bit shocked, but also a bit relieved that it wasn't something related to the labrum, or it was not something related to the AC joints, because the MRI deduced that my AC joint and also my labrum both were perfectly fine. So though that's very, very relieving, right? And the thing is, with the tear, right, I would be extremely worried right now, honestly, if I did not know what a tear actually is, because I would think that, oh crap, it's just like torn, right? It's like shredded something, right? That's not how it is. A tear is basically when there are so many fibers connecting together and there's just a tear in like one of them, right? For example, like there's a slight tear here. It's kind of like that. So when you have this entire thing, right, this entire massive rotator cuff all together with just a minor tear, a partial tear in one of them, partial thickness tear, then it's still fine. It's not something to worry about, And so it, with physiotherapy and everything, it tends to basically be completely fine. Now, in certain cases, if it was a full thickness tear, that would be different, then that would probably require surgery. But alhamdulillah, it's a partial thickness tear. Now the doctor did say, right, this is the plan of action from now on. So for the next 6 weeks, I need to let the tendon heal. I need to let the rotator cuff heal a little bit. I need to just keep it normal, steady. You know, I can go through my normal day-to-day ranges of motion, but nothing too insane, because I don't want to aggravate it, right? And then 6 weeks later, based upon how well it is, right? And this is what the doctor actually said, right? He said that if it does not improve within 6 weeks, then surgery. That when you first said that actually really caught me off guard, because I was like, oh my goodness, surgery for like, that's insane. I was like, nah, no way. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. Because in my mind I was thinking, I was like, freaking Gabo Sardona has 40 plus shoulder dislocations, that tear, a labrum tear, bro hasn't had surgery. Tom Merrick had a labrum tear and he hasn't had surgery, but why would I need surgery? I got in the rotator cuff, I don't need surgery. It's like, I started thinking that as well. And he said that if it improves even just a little bit, then obviously we're going to start off with physiotherapy, because right now we just don't want to aggravate it in any case possible, which is why we're not doing it right now. So that's what he told me. And I do have a few opinions on that, actually just one opinion on that, which is that rest does not necessarily mean complete recovery, or rest does not necessarily mean that you actually recover or improve in that area. It could in fact cause the opposite effect, because your shoulder isn't moving through ranges of motion. But considering I can still move my shoulder through ranges of motion, I don't think that it would cause a negative effect. So that's that. So 6 weeks later, inshallah, when my shoulder is much better, or if not even just much better, but like at least a bit better than it is right now, then I'll start physiotherapy, inshallah. And then after completing a full phase of physiotherapy, then we will, inshallah, start slowly and gradually implementing the weights first. I have decided this. I will not touch badminton until I can do external rotations, the 1990 series external rotations, for at least 7 kilograms for 3 sets of 15. I will not touch badminton until then, which is an insane amount. It might just take me a year to get back, but I will not take that risk again, because nah, I can't. I can't, bro. It's like, especially after what happened and the way I genuinely play badminton, which is very aggressive. I'm sorry, no, I can't go back. So that's kind of what I've thought of. But inshallah, 6 weeks later, we're gonna start physiotherapy. Inshallah, my shoulder's gonna be much better. Please pray for me, bro. Like, please pray for me. Inshallah, shoulder's gonna be much better, and then we will start with physiotherapy. So yeah, that's kind of what it is, right? And also, I've been experiencing quite a bit of achiness in this shoulder for some reason. I think it's all mindset. I genuinely think it's all a mindset effect. Like, it's all in the mind, because I am completely fine in the shoulder. I know it for sure. It's just that I feel achiness on the back of the shoulder, middle of the shoulder, front, like basically the entire shoulder feels achy. And when I lift my arm up, it's a bit achy as well. So I in the front out. So again, I just think it's all in the mind. You know, I'm gonna start doing external rotation on this arm, at least for now. And until I can basically start my physical therapy, I will, inshallah, continue with this. And eventually, we will start with both arms, inshallah. But that's kind of the update. And I was actually worried when he said surgery. But towards the end of our visit, the doctor basically said to me that just relax. It's a partial tear, nothing too serious. And so, inshallah, you'll be fine. No need to worry. You won't need surgery, inshallah. So just relax, just for 6 weeks, control this. And then 6 weeks later, inshallah, we're going to start physiotherapy and you'll get better. So during my visit, the doctor said that for 6 weeks, don't do anything. And then we're going to start a full physiotherapy recovery program, training session, whatever. And then after that, you're going to slowly and steadily start lifting weights or doing whatever, you know, sport you were doing before. And then you're going to get back to full form eventually, after slowly progressing to that point. So I was asking the dog, I was like, so is it going to take me like a year? Because in my mind, I had set at 6 to 12 months. That's the timeline I have in my mind still. But the reason behind that is expect disappointment and you will never be disappointed. So that's kind of why I said, is it going to take a year? Because the way he was describing it seems so extensive. I was like, man, I might just be out for a year. But then he chuckled and basically said that it's fine. It's going to take like about 4 or 5 months and you'll be back in, you know, full form. I was like, damn, 4 or 5 months, that's like Ramadan basically. Until Ramadan, I'll be back, inshallah. That's what, according to him, right? But even then, I'm going to take extra precautions this time. I want to get the shoulder stable, the right one. And then we will start truly lifting heavy. And eventually, we're going to build the base. So I assume 1 to 2 months after Ramadan, I'm going to be completely in perfect form. So basically 6-7 months from now, I'll be in completely perfect form, ready to take on this new journey of trying to get absolutely swole. So that's kind of everything that's been going on lately. So in these 6 weeks, I basically can't do any prehab or anything like that for the right shoulder. So there's not really going to be much to record except my leg sessions, which are obviously going to continue. I'm going to continue strengthening my knees. I'm going to continue getting more flexible in the lower body. And I will also, one more thing, I will also work more on my triceps for my left arm, and I will also work more on my left lat because right, I was checking myself out in the mirror yesterday, and I noticed something interesting. Whenever I fully retract my back, and I depress, right, the left lat is invisible, but the right lat can still be seen, and the retraction on both sides is equal. So I was like, that means that there's a lat imbalance. And also when I look at some pictures of mine, I do see a lat imbalance there as well. So that is something to correct. So basically, a lot of single arm rows. I'm going to go to my university gym and I'm going to just knock out 3 sets twice a week of single arm cable rows for the left arm. Basically, that's my idea for this. And also going to do single arm tricep extensions, going to get stronger those, and really try to balance this out, right? Even if it does get a bit imbalanced, it's still fine. It's not that big of a deal. Relax. I'm going to get it back, inshallah. That's kind of where everything is at right now. And also, like I mentioned before, I'm going to keep doing the external rotations for the left arm because I do want it to get stronger. I was thinking before that it might cause some sort of imbalance, but in reality, I don't really think so because, I mean, sure, if for example, in the overhead press, right, if you do have more external rotation here, you're going to want to go in more, right? And if you have less external rotation here, you're going to want to go in less and you're going to want to go out more, right? If you have less external rotation here. So that can cause imbalances. But then I was like, bro, if this has more external rotation, I can basically control how much external rotation I am going to put my arm in. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Same thing with pull-ups as well. So yeah, we're going to slowly and steadily build it up. And inshallah, I will get back to full form with the next 5 to 6 months. But then after that, I'm going to treat prehab myself, inshallah, for preventing any injuries in the elbow, in the shoulder, and in the wrist. And eventually, we are going to, inshallah, get absolutely jacked. And then, inshallah, pursue the front lever, the planche, the handstand push-up, the basically all calisthenics skills, because I genuinely love seeing people do them. I love to want to be able to. I love to want to be able to do them because that's like complete control of the body. But yeah, that's kind of gonna start our 6, 7, 8, 10-year journey, inshallah, if Allah gives us that amount of life. And yeah, that's kind of everything that I wanted to cover so far. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, that's kind of where everything is at right now. So I am kind of bummed out because I genuinely had so many good ideas for content. But then again, you know, it's taking a small 6-month break to kind of work on my weak link so that for the next 60 months, I can fully focus on my training journey, right? Without any hiccups in between. So yeah, it's kind of just delaying gratification. So that's that. I'm going to get to my leg day and I will see you in the next clip whenever I make it. By the way, I'm not recording my leg day, bro, because it's the same stuff every single day. So I just want to leg day in peace.